Hello, everyone. It's 2Fast2Movie. I'm your host, Abraham, and with me is my co-host, Ben, and we're here to talk about Season 4, Episode 18 of Attack on Titan, titled Sneak Attack.
It was indeed sneaky.
There was only one sneak attack.
Yeah, it was... I mean, if you count the recap as the sneak attack on the audience, then, like, I think it's justifiable.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Oh, I am enjoying this scene.
There's a lot of recap
Yeah.
at the beginning. Honestly, a good 5 minutes, and I think they could have cut it out and they could have ended it on a different moment. I'm just saying, Attack on Titan's good, but this is the problem with watching it week to week.
Yeah, it's,
And being a manga reader.
I mean, that is mostly your problem.
Yeah.
I was enjoying it, but I think we should let our audience just see our
Because
enjoyment
guess
ourselves.
what? We're not just going to be reviewing. We're actually reacting to this episode of Attack on Titan. So after this, you're going to be seeing some clips of us, and then we're going to be going into each segment as we watch. But before we begin that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications because we upload new videos every single week. It's going to be in the right.
This is
towards you.
This is
Yep,
yes.
that
This
one.
is the little
Back to this.
homegirl. No, not the feminine urge to help Aaron.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're just doing this whole scene again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get on with it.
No conversation.
Yeah, why would he?
Because he's about to do something really terrible.
Oh, God.
This is just pure force of will. Oh, God. Oh.
Hey!
He should look way worse.
Hey, you do what he said? Yeah, I fought a bear. I mean, yeah, if you have wine in you, you're like, may as well go out first.
Yeah, you have to put yourself on the front lines. You need to put yourself in a situation where you can die.
Yeah.
Because your life is already essentially for... Oh. Ma'am, who are you?
Oh, this.
What? What was that about? And
That face.
that's we don't.
I love that face.
No, we do not like that.
Great
face.
art.
That was a bad face.
I mean, yeah, the face is
Don't
bad.
do it again.
The artwork is great. Good job, Isayama.
No. If they kill him, Gabby, thank you, Gabby. Fucking. Character growth for Gabby.
Yes. Literally, yeah. That's the
Oh,
biggest.
that is so important.
Look, what are you doing? I don't know why you wouldn't just jump down and then just sprint.
Same.
Oh!
And then there's Chunky. He's dead.
No, I'm falling. I don't know why. There's something.
Why did you give him that voice?
Because the limp, like. Oh, what? That was.
Okay.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't like that episode. Good episode. I even though qualms aside, good.
Yeah, I think for me, one of the frustrating things here, going back to our opening point on too much recap, is there didn't need to be that much for the point to be gotten across, and also to still fit into your 30-minute time slot. It could have been an 18-minute episode or a 20-minute episode if you just cut out that 3 minutes of recap we didn't need.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with a shorter episode if it means
quality.
Yeah.
That's my thing. And like, Yes, there's a lot to do, and I think that they were doing this. Otherwise, this episode, once we got into the meat and potatoes of it, it felt very well paced.
Yeah, it starts off with Armin and the gang kind of like basically where they were at the end of last episode.
Yeah.
Questioning whether or not they want to fight for Eren and the Jaegerist, essentially.
Ooh.
And ultimately, they all decide to do it. You had an interesting point, actually, about this, about Jean.
About
and his
Jean,
character.
yeah.
You have a prediction. Go ahead and...
Well, I don't think it's that crazy of a prediction. Like, this has always been part of Jean's character, is this distrust in Eren. I 100% see Jean turning on Eren to try and stop all this madness. That is what... And essentially just backstabbing the Jaegerist at that point. But the thing is that Jean has always seen Eren as someone who has had a lot of responsibility to live up to.
Yeah.
And there is a line in here that during our reaction, I was like, well, he was never that cool. But I think what Jean meant by, oh, Eren was so cool, it wasn't just the Titan transforming or the fact that he was kind of this leader dude. It was the amount of responsibility that he had. And I think Jean has always envied Eren for that, because Jean has always understood what it means to be a leader. And like the first character growth that we ever experienced with Jean is Jean learning the hardships of being a leader during the attack on Trost.
When he has to take leadership.
Yeah, he has to take leadership and people die under his command. And he understands that weight very well. And part of me is he essentially wants the responsibility that Eren has, because he knows that he would do well with it.
I don't know.
He thinks there is an arrogance to Jean. There is an arrogance to that man.
Do you think that that's showing in that moment though?
I think that I'm not 100% sure that it's showing. I think that in that particular moment, you're taking like a further just character look at Jean. I think that it's very much a truth for that character. But in this moment, I think he's a lot more focused on just the sense of betrayal and the frustration.
Yeah.
With Eren in particular. And the whole like beginning of it opening up on Jean with his distrust and the fact that he calls out this new recruit that's like pointing a gun in his face.
That was fucking,
which is a great moment.
It's just like, really? You're gonna stop me from saving your Lord Jaeger? Really? That was good. Good moment.
Yeah, that moment, and then that in combination with Armin's little flashback and and bookending with Reiners Reiners moment at the end.
So you think it's not just Jean, it's multifaceted?
I think it's a multifaceted thing of, because if there's one thing that I think everyone can kind of agree on, it is Eren should not have been the person that was given this kind of power.
I think everyone can safely say that now.
Yeah. That's the one thing, and I think that's one of the things that I think that's one of the things that this episode really drives home is nobody is happy with the situation. In particular, the fact that Eren is the one that is in charge of whatever happens.
Yeah. Let's talk about that flashback to season 3 real quick. Beautiful, as it always was back when we first saw it. Though it comes up interestingly in this moment where Armin is pleading with Mikasa, saying he had to lie in order to, to make his betrayal more believable, essentially. Yeah. But then Armin has the flashback to this moment.
Yes.
And
the final moment of season 3.
And there's a very worried look on his face. Now, you have your thoughts on that. I will kind of have to abstain again from this. What do you think is going on in Armin's head?
You and I had a little bit of a conversation on this, comparing manga and that panel. No manga spoilers. There's no manga spoilers in this podcast.
It is drawn very differently in the manga. In the manga, after this moment, Armin simply says something to the effect of no, that couldn't be. I want to double check.
But the subtext is there as a more of a sense of denial.
No, I wouldn't even say denial. Well, denial, it's not denial because I feel like he does not believe that at all.
That's called denial.
But I mean, I guess more...
He's denied because, so in this moment, in the moment in the manga that we're talking about, he's thinking about it and he's dismissing it.
I feel like dismissal is the better word.
He's dismissing that could be a possibility.
Yes.
Where in this moment,
that's denial.
It's the exact opposite. He still says no, but you can tell from inflection and body language and the look on his face that it's not a no, it's a no.
Oh no, could it be? Yeah.
Yeah. And this is kind of getting into the root of preparing us as an audience for how bad this is going to be. So I've been suspicious of this, and this is one of the reasons why I haven't been trusting Eren at all, is because this is the moment that we left him in season 3. The last moment that we saw Eren in continuity for when viewers saw him, not technically in the show's timeline, was Eren saying, if we kill all these people over there, will we win?
Yeah.
Will we finally be free? And then the next time we see him, he's committing a war crime and murdering a bunch of those people. The show has never truly set us up for Eren being the good guy from that point forward.
No.
It's given us moments where we can kind of hope based off a flashback. And us as an audience being able to read that, we can more safely assert that Eren is going to do something truly awful and we're not going to be a fan of him. But now that Armin has been given this moment and you can see it registering, we're now seeing that it's starting to register for the characters as well. And that is, and to me, that's the crucial importance of this, is it's getting rid of that dramatic irony that us as the audience have and starting to plant those seeds for the characters themselves.
Right. Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen?
Armin's decision? I think he has no choice but to let this play out, because ultimately Armin's kind of powerless in this situation because it is in the Shinganshima district.
Yeah.
He can't transform. He can't challenge Eren in any meaningful way.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that Eren in his current state could go one-on-one with a colossal titan.
Well, if he transforms, remember what happened the last time a colossal titan transformed in Shinganshina?
Yeah, no, it's going to destroy everything.
Yeah.
That's my point. Armin's at a serious disadvantage.
Yeah.
He would have to get to the other side of the walls to do anything. And I don't know if they're making a beeline for that. I don't know if that is their plan.
They're currently just in the thick of it. Like, in the last moments, you saw the Jaw Titan tried to attack Eren, and they were all like just kind of like looking like, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yeah, no, they're pinned down. They can't really advance towards the wall right now.
Yeah.
And that would really be the only option to use Armin's Titan powers, is to get him over to the other side of the wall.
Then, yeah.
And at that, he's not that mobile once he transforms. So that's a different story.
Yeah, all sorts of fucked happening in Shiganshina right now.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. We do need to talk about another thing that happened. Mikasa had a very, like, albeit it's not like the biggest piece outside of this show.
Yeah.
But in universe, in this show, it's a big moment for her, leaving the scarf.
Yeah. I made a stupid English teacher comment on it when
you should have heard him. He went, "Oh, look at it. It's symbolism."
Oh boy.
No.
Oh god.
Yeah, but it's a great
I mean, it is though.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Because it's like it is tangentially like linked to her trauma bond.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only. Also, I will say, if Eren is a sociopath, I guess like A+ manipulation off the bat.
Oh, he didn't fucking have this shit, like...
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the, I will murder these people in front of you, and then give you a scarf to make you feel safe.
I don't think he planned that.
No, I'm just saying, if he was a sociopath, that would be
great.
It would be great, but I don't think... A+. A+.
Really,
A+ sociopath.
Real good work for being so young.
He's really got that shit, like, nailed early on. I don't know how that happens.
But yeah, she decides to leave the scarf and is still fighting for him, though. I think, I will say...
That's a moment of her actually registering distrust.
Yeah, and I guess, like, resignation to, like her, like she's kind of like resigned herself to this like infatuation that she has with Eren, in a sense, where she's just kind of like accepted it to some certain degree.
I think
Again,
I think
the
her
Ackerman curse, not
but
like
the
her,
Ackerman.
Yeah.
I will say, I do not think that that's necessarily the case. I see her putting the scarf down as a way of her saying, I'm doing this for now, but I am trying to break free of this. Because if she was truly resigned to that, she would be like
fire in the fire.
It would be, she'd be doubling down on that scarf. She'd be like, this is what it is, and I'm just going to accept it. But the fact that she is removing a part of Eren from herself is a big deal.
I mean, I just mean the fact that that's what I'm saying. I think the fact that it is still like in reach and not gone.
Oh, you're talking like if she would have burned that shit if she was done.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. The other thing is she's not necessarily done with Eren.
That is also true.
Eren's on thin ice with her from that kind of relationship standpoint.
They don't know why.
Yeah, they have no idea what his actual motives are. They do not believe for a moment that he is truly
Agreed.
aligned with Zeke and Yelena. They just don't know what the actual plan is, and I think Armin's the only one starting to figure it out.
Yep. Let's go. I mean, not yep on Armin has figured out the plan. I'm just saying like yep because spoilers. But like I'm just gonna say I'm saying yep as an affirmation to move on to the next point, which is the good old Yelena Face.
Aw, man.
Animated, or actually I should say drawn, because it's not really, it's like a still face where she's just like...
Yeah, it's a still frame. Woof.
Yep. It's great. I liked it.
I hated it.
That's probably my favorite part of the episode.
I hated every part of it.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
It wasn't like bad for the story or anything, it just made me very uncomfortable.
I mean, yeah, shit makes me sad in Attack on Titan. Doesn't mean I stopped liking Attack on Titan.
I think it did its job well. I just hated it.
Yeah, fair.
I'm allowed to hate something and like it simultaneously. It's called being human.
And that face does come at the moment where Armin essentially... Basically what happens is Zeke comes over the wall, starts throwing shit like he does, and everybody is like kind of shocked by this, Jean specifically, because he's now realizing, wait, Levi's not here. Neither is Hanji. They were supposed to go get Zeke.
Yes.
So they assume he's dead. And then in order to put on a brave face, Armin is like, all right, it's okay, our fellow Jaegerists. Like, we just have to fight on the good fight. And Yelena's like,
Yeah,
there's not much to go.
There's not much to go on that. Like, part of me kind of wonders, like, if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, if you roll a natural 1 on Insight, if that's what it looks like.
Yes,
like
that's exactly what it looks like.
Like you just clearly giving
like I am looking at you, trying to discern your motives. I can't get it.
Okay, that's good enough. You guys go along. You protect the Jaegers.
Also, that shot of her just fucking with the Zeppelins.
I kind of wish it wasn't in the trailer now, because that would have been so damn cool if I hadn't seen it 100 times beforehand.
Yeah, I do remember reading that for the first time in the manga.
It looks beautiful.
Isayama, God. Question his motives, or question his ability to write a
cohesive, non-problematic story, but
his art,
very good.
Let's not finally. This is the second of our 4 points. I'm bad at using.
You're just throwing all the descriptors out.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Reiner. You had something to say, and I was very against it.
Oh yeah, you were. I
want you to put your thoughts on Reiner's episode, because Reiner's facing off against Eren.
So Reiner's facing off Eren. I started having this feeling last episode when he starts noting it, like that when he starts noting that Eren has suffered enough, and the other sort of those pieces, and this gets expanded upon when they are expanding this beat in the actual battle.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, this is a massive extension of something that Gabby is finally understanding, which is Reiner's understanding of these are not devils, these are people, and how fucked the situation is. I do see Reiner in this moment, because this is the first moment where he's actually in battle with Eren at full understanding the situation.
Yes.
Because
of his own choice, of
his own choice. This is all of his own volition. He's made this choice. He knows exactly what's going on, and he's going in for what he fully believes to be the right reasons. to me, the fact that he is here not as an exterminator, but to stop a problem that he, by extension, caused, and it is fully seeing Eren as a human, is a big fucking deal. To me, that is what makes this moment a major point of character growth, and being able to actually see tactilely Reiner on a battlefield with resolve, and it no longer, because season 4 part 1, he's grappling with these emotions. He doesn't quite know exactly how to feel about this. He's nearly killed himself in multiple occasions because of how he feels about this.
Yeah.
This has given him the resolve, and he still fully acknowledges every single piece that's going on here. And for the first time, I don't see Reiner as these two split personalities. I see him as one person that understands what's going on.
I would agree with that.
Actually, that's what I mean by a major character growth point. This is the first time where Reiner is fully just himself.
That's fair. Even saying that, I think that this whole moment is a huge step backwards for Reiner.
Really?
All of this.
Okay.
And the reason why is because of the way that he talks during the fight, where he says like you suffered enough. Everyone has suffered enough. He is projecting hardcore. And I think that all of this fight is doing is him just trying to resolve his inner conflict, which has still not been addressed.
Not yet. However, my thing is, I don't necessarily see this as a step backwards, because ultimately I think that in their position, what they think Eren might do, because they're not, I mean, okay, they don't know the euthanization plan. They're like, oh, they're going to start the rumbling.
Well, yes, but at the same time, I can't say like that this is a great idea considering everything that Marley has done. Again,
yeah.
Given the 3 seasons of conflict that has been happening in the show, all of the deaths that have been caused by Reiner's hand specifically,
yes,
as well as every other Marleyan that's like in this fight now, I just really can't find it in me to go like, yeah, this is a good character arc or good character growth. It's not that he hasn't grown, because I do believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
He has changed. He's not the same, like he has made a decision, for sure.
Yes.
But
to be, whether it's the right decision is what's made it.
That's pretty much where I'm at.
I think one of the things that yes, Isayama is not great at writing non-problematic stories, because I don't think that he fully understands the themes that exist within fascism in order to actually tackle these things without raising a lot of fucking eyebrows. That being said, he's really fucking good at writing characters from their viewpoints without any sort of meta knowledge as to what they should be doing. Yeah, Reiner, no matter what the situation is, Reiner had really he kind of had 3 options. 1, do nothing.
Yeah.
Which I don't think was realistically a possibility for the military as a whole, because they knew that a rumbling could be started and probably would be started. They had no idea what the actual situation in Paradise was. They have to assume that they're going to straight up just end the world. No, from a military standpoint and a national security standpoint, they have to make that assumption.
Again, George Bush, weapons of mass destruction.
Exactly. Here's the thing, though. George Bush didn't have proof that they had a nuke. And now they're like, they have the founding Titan. And a massive attack was just launched. One of our own just went over.
I mean, yes, but that's after us. Like, again, that's why I bring up the United States. I
think that's a good point.
It's a problem that was instigated by the.
No. I agree. And here's the thing: I am fully separating Reiner as a person from the military that he served.
Okay, that's fair.
And I think that's a really important distinction, because he was a fucking child when he did that.
That's also fair. That is also fair.
For me, it's really not fair to say that was 100% him, because he was put in that position by literal military people who decided to send children to go do something that they were not equipped to do.
Okay. Yes.
This is my defense for Reiner in this situation.
I don't think that's not true.
Yeah.
By the way, I think that
my issue here is I think that your critique of Reiner is actually a critique of Marley instead of a critique of his personal growth in this moment.
That's fair. I will give you that.
Yeah,
But again,
that's my defense.
This begs the question, though: when does personal responsibility start and being a cog in the machine end?
So that's one of the things that I think is actually that's the reason why I think this is a good moment of character growth.
Okay.
Because he actively made this choice. This is not this is not the same thing as the child that was being thrown into this situation was told to go do this, which, by the way, like, I was rewatching and reading, and I didn't go into the manga again on this, but I noticed in my rewatch that I didn't remember them explicitly mentioning that they needed to knock down the walls in order to flesh out the king within the walls.
They said it in season 4 part 1
in season 4 part 1
in the basement when he asks why did my mom die?
I see.
And the reason that he gives
I'm saying I don't remember there being a specific order given by the Marley government.
They don't touch on it, no.
Yeah, so part of me still believes that is 100% on Reiner, and I think that he's the one that made that choice, ultimately speaking.
That I actually think is Marley.
You think so?
Yeah, but regardless.
Yeah, regardless. Going back to this specific fight and why this choice was such a big thing for him. You have to remember, he's the person that advocated for this attack to be done in the first place.
Yeah.
If this was 100% his choice, he went in basically being the person that's like, we have to do this now. If we do not, there could be millions of casualties.
But that's another reason why I think that is a step backwards.
No,
considering the attack on Marley and how awful it was. Reiner and Falco are the only two that were there and present in the basement for that conversation.
Yes.
He basically, what Aaron did is he confronted all of Reiner's pent up feelings, saying that we are all the same and everything like that, and then essentially threw it out the window. Now, granted, Aaron did too.
That's the thing, though, is from Reiner's standpoint, this is a situation that he made. And if I'm going back to the conversation that we had, and it's a little bit of a moment of debate for you and I on who made the call to knock down these walls. Because I couldn't find any proof in the show that Marley made that order. As far as I can tell,
I'll double check in the manga for our next conversation.
Yeah, so if it's in the manga, then that changes things.
There is a scene that is missing from the show.
Okay,
it's the scene where they literally approach the walls, Bertolt transforms, and everything like that.
Yeah,
there's a whole scene. So I have to go back.
Yeah, but as far as I can tell, that decision was made by Reiner and Bertolt after they took out Annie.
Well, yeah, that's
the point, though. Reiner understands now that Aaron is a product of what he did that day. He sees Aaron as a manifestation of his own personal sin.
He doesn't, because in this episode, he literally says, "Why did I ever think that?
Why did I ever think we're the same?" That's not the same thing as saying I'm not responsible for you. That's not the same thing.
I don't know. I'm still viewing everything that is... I feel like the conflict right now, I can't... When you said that Reiner's exhibiting good character growth, that sent a chill down my spine, because I don't think anybody in this is showing good judgment. In this whole conflict.
Okay, the other thing is, when I say good character growth, I'm not fucking talking about good decisions. I'm talking about good writing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. It's a well-written moment.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. This is good character growth. I'm always talking about writing. I'm never talking about they're doing the right thing or the good thing.
Considering how we're about to talk about another character who had character growth.
Yeah,
that's why I'm a little iffy on that.
I will say that I'm usually looking at the show from a writing standpoint and how it's layered.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm saying when I said growth, I imagine an upward trajectory in a character. So when you said that, I'm like,
villain arcs are cool as well, baby.
True. Yes, that is true. That is very fair. Well, we've been talking a lot about character growth. Let's talk about our favorite person who does not deserve to die, Gabby.
Yeah,
I like Gabby. Like
I've always liked her.
We have said from the beginning that Gabby is overhated.
100%.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It was kind of unreal when she first killed Sasha, because like I knew it was gonna happen, and I was like, all right, the internet's gonna blow up for like a few days, maybe a week or two, and then
it has persisted till this day.
Yep. I mean, I think it's gonna stop.
Here's the thing. This moment of her finally vocalizing that she understands Reiner, and the moment of her hearing the other orphans as they pass by, and her standing up, and you can tell that she wants to go join them.
Yep.
And then she hears,
what's her name? I forget her name.
Yeah,
I'm blanking. It's the girl that Sasha saved.
She hears her wishing that she could kill Gabby, and then she just sits back down and starts weeping, and it goes into, there were never any devils here, there were just people.
Great line. I remember that.
Phenomenal.
This is what I'm talking about, like where I've been waiting for certain things to play out, because it's like, it's very clear in some moments that I'm like, oh, he knows exactly what he's doing. Cool.
Yeah. Also, her effectively saving Keith Chattis. No, not Chattis. Excuse me.
Niall.
Yeah. Niall.
That's another moment where where Colt is like, all right,
I'm gonna have to fucking kill this man.
And then Gabby's the one that has to hold him back. Great moment.
This is the kind of thing that I've been waiting for, and I just wanted to see it finally click for her, and it finally did.
Yep.
And it's not just the fact that there's no people there. It's the fact that she now understands the cycle of hatred that was created.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. That she's the one that caused
someone else to wish her death.
Yes.
And by extension, probably not just her, but Marley as well. That's the important thing here. And that's one of the reasons why I understand what you're saying about Reiner stepping back, because he is still engaging in this cycle. He's still engaging in war and the cycle of violence and hatred.
That's a distinct. That's why I'm like a little iffy about.
So, like, technically speaking, would the best approach be for Reiner character growth to try and do this in a diplomatic way? Yeah. Technically speaking, yes.
But again,
is that a reasonable thing for the story to do? No, not at all.
And again, I'm not mad at the show for doing that, because Aaron's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's only this new generation
that's the thing that I fucking love.
Yeah.
Is this new generation is the first generation that actually understands everything that's going on and actually has the tools required to break the cycle of violence.
Yeah.
Now, will the show capitalize on that? I really fucking hope so. I have no idea what happens with these kids in the manga. That is something that has never been spoiled for me. Thank fucking God.
Everything's up in the air, baby. Don't know what's gonna happen.
That being said, from if I'm going with a traditional writing sense,
what do you think? What do you think, Gabby, Falco, their little pocket? Where are they gonna end? I'm very curious about what
they have to be. The only reasonable way that I can see this ending with a resounding message that works is for them to be the generation that truly actually breaks that cycle. That's the only thing that truly makes sense to me. What I do foresee happening in the next episode is Zeke is going to scream.
Well, hold on. We got it.
What I'm saying, this is my prediction.
Well, no, we're gonna. I have a whole thing.
You have a whole thing on that?
Yeah.
But the thing is that Falco is likely going to inherit that Titan, and that's one of the reasons why.
What Titan? What?
No. He's going to turn into a Titan, and one of the things that I think
he said inherit.
I think that I do think character-wise, based off of both design and arc, he is the person that might get the Armored Titan, or...
That is where the season started.
It's 100% where the season started. So it really is about who's going to inherit, Gabby or Falco. And both of them are now equipped to break that cycle of violence. And if one of them actually can inherit that Titan and truly challenge Eren in a way that does not perpetuate the cycle... That is one of the only ways that I see this kind of ending well. And kind of, but that will be going there has to be a lot more to it, because what I just described sounds a lot like a final anime shonen showdown.
Yeah,
and
power
that's just
friendship.
Power
kinda...
friendship type thing. That's strictly not going to happen in this show. The show has made it very apparent from the season 1 that power friendship will not solve shit.
Well, let's talk about something, because you did bring up Falco turning into a Titan as something that could happen next episode. There's something that both Gabby and Colt believe. As Falco is basically like breaking down and like saying "I love you" to Gabby, which he's
gonna die next episode. I'm
funny,
sorry, he can't.
Very funny and like heartwarming, but also very sad. Very sad moment. They throw off his armband. Gabby does.
Yeah.
And Colt says, "If we tell Zeke that you've ingested his spinal fluid, he might hold off." What do you think is going to happen?
I do not see them getting to Zeke in time.
Okay.
Based off of I see this being a dramatic irony situation where they are rushing to get there. That is the race that that Isayama is going to tug at our heartstrings for, and we are going to lose Falco next episode. That is 100% what I believe is going to happen.
Okay, you heard it here first. Goodbye, Falco.
That being said, if Zeke has some crazy shit where he can just select the people that turn into Titans versus not turn into Titans, I could be totally fucking wrong. The show likes to fuck with the magic system as we go.
Yeah, it does.
That being said, previously it hasn't fucked with the magic system in a way that breaks the actual laws of magic.
So you think he's...
I think Falco's fucked because Falco is now a protagonist.
Yeah.
So now the laws of magic apply to him in that a problem cannot be solved for him that has not been previously established in the magic system.
Well, again, you were also saying that he's going to inherit the armor Titan.
If he turns into a Titan here and then they feed Reiner to him, which I think would be a sad end for Reiner. Reiner needs to be put in quite a position in order for that to happen. But I don't see any other Titan on the field that he could possibly inherit. Well, maybe Galliard, but Galliard we've only just really begun to know, and I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose Peg. She best girl. We do not want to lose.
I can't say anything.
So my whole thing is
you're making me hold my breath for so long.
I know. I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah. No. I see him turning into a Titan.
Okay.
And I see this being the moment where someone has to make a choice on if he inherits another Titan in order to live on. And I do see potentially Reiner making that choice of giving himself.
So sacrifice.
Well, we've established in this, not in this episode of Attack on Titan, but in this episode of 2Fast2Movie, Reiner was suicidal in the beginning of the season.
Yep.
The only thing that really stopped him was Falco. And he 100%, and he makes it very known that he wants Falco to inherit that Titan so that Gabby doesn't have to inherit that responsibility, because he sees Gabby, who is still his family, being the same as him when he was younger.
Yeah.
So to me, it just makes sense that this is where this is going to go. I have no fucking clue, because this show likes to pull shit out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There also might not even be a scream. I don't know.
Well, we will have to wait until next week to see if any of those wild and crazy theories happen. But until that time, join us then for that episode of 2Fast2Movie. I have been Abraham. That is Ben. If you like our content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and let us know what you thought about this episode called Sneak Attack. I just want to know what you guys think about this interesting episode that I cannot talk about, and I'm not going to be able to talk about for another 2 episodes or 3 episodes. I don't know.
You manga people, you gotta all I'm asking for manga people is please shut the fuck up this season.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up.
If
you read the manga, shut the fuck up. No, you don't.
No. Keep the spoilers to a minimum. That's all I ask.
Goodbye, everyone.
See ya.